And for our top focus story, we'll take you to Tamil Nadu. We'll get you reactions that are coming in from the DMK. Tamil parties are up in arms. India decided to abstain in the US-sponsored resolution, and we will come to that story. But before that, we'll talk about the high-pitched battle for Amethi and Rae Bareli, the pocket borough of the Congress party for decades. Two pictures that you see on your television screen. Will Smriti Irani take on Rahul Gandhi at Amethi, and Sonia Gandhi versus Bharti at Rae Bareli? That's a big focus story on Headlines Today. Sources have told Headlines Today the BJP has decided to field its big guns, the women firepower. Smriti Irani against Rahul Gandhi in Amethi, and Bharti will stand against Sonia Gandhi in Rae Bareli. If the BJP fields Smriti Irani, it will be a triangular contest. Rahul Gandhi, Kumar Vishwas of the Aam Aadmi Party, and Smriti Irani of the BJP. Now the final decision is that of the BJP's Prime Ministerial candidate Narendra Modi. He is expected to take a call on this in less than next perhaps 6 to 12 hours. The party is also waiting for the Congress to announce its candidate against Narendra Modi in Varanasi. And Headlines Today's Aditi Anant Narayanan now joins me for the latest on what the BJP is thinking, and Rohit Singh joins me from Varanasi. Aditi, the decision to field Smriti Irani against Rahul Gandhi and Bharti against Sonia Gandhi. Now, Baba Ramdev yesterday said this was his plan, especially as far as Bharti is concerned. How serious is the BJP about it? What's the game plan?
In fact, yesterday, Gaurav, when we got to know that when even Baba Ramdev came out in the open to say that he wanted Bharti to be fielded, to be pitched against Sonia Gandhi in Rae Bareli. In fact, at that time, even when we spoke to the people in Jhansi and people who were close to Bharti, they had refuted the claims. In fact, now what we got to know that since yesterday night, the talks have been on. The BJP leadership is thinking strongly that after the Congress decided to field Madhusudhan Mistry against Narendra Modi in Madhya, that is when the party decided that it is now their turn to get back at the Congress and field some strong people against the two main faces for the Congress, which is Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi. And that is why they wanted two powerful faces. And at this point of time, as we see in the party, with most of the candidates already getting their seats sorted, we have Smriti Irani, who is the Rajya Sabha member from Gujarat, and then we have Bharti, who is already a very strong leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And that is why the BJP at this point of time, Gaurav, is considering the fact that probably Smriti Irani can give a tough fight not only to Rahul Gandhi in Amethi, but also to Kumar Vishwas of the Aam Aadmi Party. And same when we talk about Sonia Gandhi, they wanted a strong female face to actually be pitched against Sonia Gandhi, and nothing better than Bharti. However, Gaurav, no confirmation or no announcement has been made on this yet.
Stay with me. This is a huge development. What made the BJP decide in favor? Of course, the final decision still to be taken. Rohit Singh now joins me from Varanasi. Rohit, now the BJP is playing a wait and watch game. The BJP is still waiting to find out who will be the Congress party candidate against Narendra Modi at Varanasi. What are Congress party insiders on ground zero telling you? They've sent their feedback. Congress party leaders have come. They've recceed Varanasi. What is it that they've found out so far? Okay, I'll come to Rohit Singh in just a moment. So the BJP very clear. It is preparing to field two of its big guns in Uttar Pradesh. Smriti Irani against Rahul Gandhi and Bharti against Sonia Gandhi. This is what sources in the BJP are telling us at this point of time. What tipped the scales in favor of Smriti Irani versus Rahul Gandhi? She's a young firebrand leader of the BJP. She's in the Rajya Sabha for the moment. Aditi, why Smriti Irani? She's from Gujarat. Was she a part of the original game plan that Amit Shah was making for the BJP for Uttar Pradesh? Uttar Pradesh extremely crucial if the BJP is hoping to realize its dream of 272 plus.
Gaurav, the Bharatiya Janata Party at this point of time is doing last-minute changes. They are changing the strategy, looking at their opponents. So now they are seeing how the Congress is working out on each and every seat and each and every constituency, and that is how now at the nth minute they are also changing their strategy. They are also changing their big names. In fact, what we got to know why Smriti Irani, she's not from the area. She is not privy to Uttar Pradesh at this point of time. However, now it's more or less become a battle of big faces, so to say, Gaurav. Instead of what the background is, they want big faces to emerge from the BJP, and that is why if there's a big face like Rahul, Gandhi and Amethi, they also want a big face like Smriti Irani to be pitted against Rahul Gandhi.
Okay.
So at this point of time, Gaurav, it is a battle of the faces, the battle of the strong faces and the firebrands of the Bharatiya Janata Party than actually the battle of how much votes can one garner.
Of course, Uma Bharti is the BJP candidate from Jhansi. She's already campaigning there. Aditi, you've spoken to Uma Bharti and several of those who are close to her. Is she in favor of shifting to Rae Bareli? Is this a decision that she's left to the party high command? What is her thinking? Because she's already got her campaign apparatus in place.
Absolutely. In fact, one point that many of the BJP insiders are feeling that probably it is a little too late to pull Uma Bharti out of Jhansi, because that will send out a wrong message. There are a lot of supporters of Uma Bharti at this point of time, Gaurav, as far as Jhansi is concerned. So the BJP is also contemplating whether it might backfire the Bharatiya Janata Party if they pull out Uma Bharti specifically at the last minute. However, the BJP, and one part of the BJP is also confident that it doesn't really matter. Uma Bharti is a known face. She is a strong candidate of the Bharatiya Janata Party. She is the firebrand woman of the BJP, and probably that is why it won't cost the BJP quite a lot, even if they pull off Uma Bharti from Jhansi and put her in Rae Bareli against Sonia Gandhi.
Aditi Anand Narayanan, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. Keep tracking that story.